host from the Micah Sims TV show you'll see in July here in the city of Philadelphia. And my lovely co-host, Miss Anika Hawkins.
With 6ABC.
From 6ABC. Give me a round of applause for Miss Hawkins.
Absolutely. Well, look at this. It is a packed house in the Great Plaza this evening. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Come on, round of applause for everybody that's here tonight. There is not a seat anywhere.
Not a seat anywhere. It's wonderful. Captain, we had a fabulous day of fabulous food, fun, and music. It's been absolutely wonderful.
It's been a great day. Let's get into the sponsors real quick.
This is Wawa. This is Wawa Welcome America's Taste of Philadelphia.
Clearly, the summer is heating up here down in Atlantic City, and obviously the concerts are as well. Just this weekend, you had Usher. Tonight, you've got Charlie Wilson. You've got The Whispers, Keith Sweat. Then tomorrow, Eric Benet. So obviously, the weather is warming up. Great things coming down here in Atlantic City. YourLife.com, NBC Philadelphia, Micah Sims going to be down here all summer long doing some great things. It's worth the journey to come down to Atlantic City.
Nothing seems to work. The NAACP definitely doesn't work. You know, they've been out there railing, but then Hollywood says, you know, we're going to start an internship program for writers and directors. And then the NAACP comes with their chests out thinking, you know, then Hollywood goes back. Listen, I've been saying all along that Hollywood is the most racist industry in the United States, bar none. Medical, legal, corporate, or whatever. Hollywood is the most racist industry in the United States. And of course, it's always shocking because it's the bastion of American liberalism.
Sure, right.
And so people get offended when you call Hollywood racist. You know, we got Denzel, we got so-and-so.
Right.
And every time they throw one up, I say, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so what, you know, listen, black audiences have been writing in, calling in, emailing for the last 30, 40 years. You know, this problem, and nothing gets paid attention to. So I don't really know the answer to that. You know, if you turn off your television set, you know that ain't gonna happen.
Right. They're
gonna watch the shows that are on there. But my point is that when we do have shows, then we have to think highbrow instead of lowbrow. And there are certain shows on that are so lowbrow, and there are certain shows on the two fledgling black networks that are just standard fare, that let's throw in the 3 jokes a page stuff, and let's show it short skirts, and let's do some, you know, some obvious weak material.
Right.
And then the other thing on TBS is, it's, you know, some people, that's their cup of tea, it ain't mine. And I think it's the lowest browed stuff of all that's on television. And so when we do it, the only way you get Hollywood to pay attention to to do other things is, as long as what they're seeing being done by us, they put a ceiling on it. They say, okay, if that's the kind of stuff they want to write and produce, then let them do it. Now, okay, a Cosby comes every, you know, 50 years or whatever, and but you got to remember, even with that show, Bill was already a star. You know, he was already Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? So, another actor that show would have never got off the ground.
Sure, right.
You know, a Billy D. Williams or whatever, somebody his generation was never got off the ground. So. Rock was a show way before its time. That's why it only lasts 3 seasons, because they were saying, no, you New England, you know, no, y'all pushing the envelope too much.
Right.
So, and I kind of knew that going into it, but you know, it's just if you don't think class and sophistication first.
No surprise, here at the Voices of Domestic Violence, we would find State Senator Vincent Hughes. Obviously, he's doing his best to support his lovely bride, Shirley Ralph, as she is here co-hosting along with Moshe Loren. You know, you're my favorite state senator, but today you're doing your role of supporting your spouse. Talk to me about that and her continued commitment to not only help people with domestic violence, but also with AIDS.
Well, you know, what we find is, from all the work that's been done around HIV, women and HIV, that it happens in many respects in a violent atmosphere. Sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. And so the message around HIV is a continuum around in the context of domestic violence. Okay. You really can't separate it out. So, we're here about trying to empower women, giving them voice. This is what these women are doing this evening, giving them voice and strengthening them so they can go and regain control of their lives and try to live it happy and free of violence at any level.
That's right. He is my favorite state senator. He's come by the show, Micah Sims Love, for the Micah Sims Show, NBC Philadelphia and YourLife.com. Anything this man does, he knows I'm going to support. And when I walked in, he was doing the T-shirts for his wife. So I'm going to tell his wife he was really on his job today.
Yeah, you got it, for the foundation,
for
man.
The foundation.
Get your T-shirts.
I'm going to get my T-shirt before I leave.
DivaFoundation.org.
There you go.
There you go.
State Senator Vincent Hughes.
That's Micah Sims.
Thank you for joining me.
He's a pretty fabulous guy. You know that, don't you?
State Senator, thanks for taking some
Good
time.
To see you,
all right, you too.
All right.
Joining me from the National Constitution Center on the Micah Sims Show is Laura Gillespie. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Laura, you didn't come by yourself, but you brought a few of your friends.
I did. We had Elmo and Grover and our new friend, Sonny the Sunflower.
I'm excited because I love Elmo, I love Grover, I love Sesame Street, and you guys have invaded the Leah Center this weekend with Sesame Street Live. Tell us a little bit about the show this year.
Well, the show is Sesame Street Live, Elmo's Green Thumb. It's all about Elmo's new friend, Sonny the Sunflower. Elmo's raised Sonny from a seed into a plant, but now he's getting too big to fit into his pot. So Elmo, along with the rest of his Sesame Street friends, try to find a new place for Sonny to live.
All right, so we need everybody to come down to the Leah Center this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to help Elmo find a home for Sonny. That's what we're going to do, right?
Right.
All right, now we're going to see a lot of singing and dancing and a whole lot of great stuff, right?
The show is filled with singing and dancing, fun music, bright lights, and, of course, your favorite Sesame Street characters.
All right, come on down, Leah Center this weekend. See my good friend Elmo, Grover, everybody from Sesame Street. We'll see you down there at the Leah Center.
Basketball pandemonium is hitting the Philadelphia area as the Harlem Globetrotters are in town. And I'm privileged to have two of the Harlem Globetrotters joining me. Joining me today on the court right now, two of my main boys, Buckets.
Yes, sir. Buckets Blakes.
And Scooter.
Scooter Christensen. How you doing?
Gentlemen, how long have you guys been with the Harlem Globetrotters?
This is my 9th season.
Wow.
Yes, having a lot of fun. Been all over the world. Happy to come back here to the Leah Center and let everybody know that there's some new Globetrotters doing some new and innovative things this year.
Okay. Scooter, how long have you been?
This is my 6th year. I'm chasing my man with 9 right here. So, okay. But the 6 years been by far the best basketball experience I've ever experienced in my life, and I'm having fun.
What does it mean for you guys to be Globetrotters in a time when most of us remember Meadowlark Lemon and Curly Neal? Talk about that tradition and what it really means to you right now.
Well, it's a great feeling because we get to keep that torch lit that those guys lit so long ago. Globetrotters are the Jackie Robinsons of basketball. You know, we broke the color barrier. I remember hearing stories from Geese, Osby, and Curly Neal about them playing for an all-black crowd at one time of the day, an all-white crowd at the other, another time of the day, to eventually blacks on one side, whites on the others. And now, Globetrotters have been in 120 countries in our 85-year history. So we're playing for everybody, all in the same arena. And, that's what this represents, and me and Scooter, we love it.
Like you said, we've had a lot of good names that come through this organization, and just to be a part of it, to wear this red, white, and blue, it's like we're always home team no matter where we go, and we enjoy putting smiles on kids' faces. And I always tell people that, if you come to a Globetrotter game, you never remember the score. You always remember, God, that was a cool trick, or that was a funny thing you did, But somebody always has a good story about the Globetrotters, and we're just trying to keep that tradition alive.
So clearly, we're going to be highly entertained when we come to see you guys, whether it's at the Leah Chorus, whether we're up in Trenton or down at the Wells Fargo. We're going to get a lot of entertainment.
Always. We have a new show each year, but this show is called 4 Times the Fun, and it's going to be amazing. I think people are going to love it.
Now, one of the big things about this show is the new 4-point shot. Talk to me a little bit about that, Bucket.
Oh, 4-point shot is amazing. This is our 85th anniversary, and we're representing that using our 4-point shot, the first 4-point shot in the history of the game of basketball. 35 feet from the basket, 12 feet further than the NBA three-point line. And it's only activated in the last 3 minutes of each quarter. And so, there's this big siren goes off. The ref gets into the middle of the court and says the 4-point circles are now activated, and you'll see us firing them up.
All right, before we leave, they're going to actually take me out to the 4-point spot, and we're going to see if Micah Sims has what it takes to make a 4-point bat.
All right, let's make it happen. Here you go. You ready? In 3, 2.
Joining me on the Micah Sims Show, I'm honored to have a familiar face to many of you. She is Miss Lisa Wu. Lisa, how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking a little bit of time on your day off.
I know.
To come by and kind of chat with me.
It's never really a day off. You know, we always have something to do, so it's okay.
How are you enjoying Philadelphia?
We haven't really seen much of Philly. You know, we're working.
I get that from everybody.
I
asked that question. I haven't seen anything. We've been busy.
We've been busy. You know, we've been to Miss Tootsie's.
Have you?
Yeah.
How'd you enjoy the food?
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I actually, when I was here for the table read, I went by there before.
Okay.
So it was really good.
Good. I'll tell Kevin Parker you guys enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about your time on Real Housewives. You know, with us being an NBC show, you know, we got to support the brand.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is. So talk to me about that experience.
It was fun. You know, there was a lot of dramatic moments, of course, and people love that. You know, I mean, of course, it's like a train wreck. So I mean, but people love to be entertained, and so. But we had moments when we had a lot of fun. Okay, good. You know, and other times it was stressful. It's like, who wants to live their life like that? It's crazy.
How many of the cast members do you still stay in contact with now?
None.
None?
You know, actually, none of the girls were my friends. I was actually casted.
Okay.
And so the other girls knew each other. And sometimes Sheree, you know, will text me or I'll text her. Okay. And Kim had a baby shower, so she was trying to send me an invite. I'm like, I get an invite? Really? Okay. So, yeah.
Party in Paris. About now, the cultural conqueror himself, the man behind this wonderful event, Mr. Mark Byron, CEO of Rockstar Entertainment. Mark, thank you for joining me, man. Thank you. I'm doing great, man. You talk about this event. I mean, you close out with it a huge way, man. When you do it big. It's so big, so you got a great experience. You obviously are one of the leaders, not only for music, but culturally here in the city. So talk about the significance of this event for the Philadelphia culture.
Ike Hamm, who is the coordinator for a wonderful event that's going to take place here in the city of Philadelphia at Freedom Theater on Friday, June 24th, called The Comeback Philly Style 2011. Ike, thank you for joining me.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I got one question. One question only. Talk to me about The Comeback Philly Style, where you got that title from.
The Comeback, it actually came to me in a dream. But the title, The Comeback, really, it really is just me telling people that they're coming back to a time period in life, coming back to, let's just say if they hear a song and they go back to that time in the kitchen, you know, and their mom was cooking or whatever, you know what I mean? Or when they heard a Jasmine Sullivan song, like, where did you come back to as an individual? Okay. So that is a broad title, but I tell people, you know, you go to a shoe store and it's called Brown Shoes, but there are a variety of colors in that store. So, I mean, it's called Brown Shoes, but every shoe in there is not brown. So you just got to kind of be open-minded when you go to this show and say, with that, because when people leave, they're like, yo, I went back to a time my grandma was in the kitchen, was on a school bus. I remember when that song came out. You know what I mean? So it's a whole lot of places you can go back to as a person in time, especially in Philadelphia with so many legends that come out of Philadelphia, so many songs that were produced by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, you know, because that's why we're celebrating the sound of Philadelphia. So that's